Hi there. My name is Chriselle, and I am with Psychic MD. And I wanted to do a reading for all the signs in one shot. And I want to start with Aries. So, Aries. I want to do something a little bit different. And what I'd like to know is for Aries, what is going to be that one thing that's going to get them the most excited, launch them into something different, cause blood to course through your veins, just something different, not the status quo. So what is it that's going to launch you off into a great excitement in February in a good way? Maybe get you out of that rut, get you in a new mindset. What would help Aries get excited in the month of February? And it's probably not what you think. What will help Aries get excited about life? Get out of the rut in February. Spirit and angels are asking for Aries again. What's going to get Aries excited about life in February? Okay. Well, it's probably exactly what you expected, not what I expected, though. So you got the Lovers here. And, of course, with the Lovers, this has to do with close connection. It's a beautiful card, actually. And it could just be a job that you incredibly love, like part of your brainchild thing, something that you're just enamorada o enamorado with. Super excited. It could be a relationship, of course. It could be somebody that you just see eye to eye, soul to soul. And so that's very beautiful energy. And I don't know if you can see it, but you have the little birds on the side right here in the corner. And so that tells me that you are going to be very passionate, or can be very passionate. Well, February reading is the month of the Lovers, and this so happens to be yours. But I'd like to know a little bit about what about this card, about the Lovers, is going to get you guys a little bit revved up and excited. And this is about looking at the possibilities of what I invested, am I getting a return for it? Possibilities of, is this flourishing? If I put more time, money, energy, focus, am I going to get the reward for what I want, type thing? So maybe kind of like reevaluating and getting excited about things, and even reevaluating new things, or reevaluating what needs to end in your relationship if you are in one. And it could be anything. It could be like, well, you know what? We need to end not having date nights, or not having, time for ourselves, so that when we do come together, we have something to discuss. So as we know, the Death card is not always about something horrible. It's definitely about change. So it looks to me like for Aries, what is going to really launch and compel you into something new and exciting is reevaluating the things that are going on with your lover and what needs to change. Maybe something that's going to help you grow and become closer. Maybe some things that you guys haven't discussed that need to be brought out into the light. And if it's a job or a different situation where it's just a really close friendship or a soulmate connection that is not romantic, it could be the same thing. What needs to change between us that is kind of hindering us and is going to help us to continue to grow. Maybe you have a business partner and you would like to know, hang on. You go ahead and take that. Okay. It's going to require some effort on your part. The Eight of Pentacles is going to be some work, some studying, maybe analyzing the situation, putting your heads together. trying to figure out, what exactly is causing things to be stagnant or having you not be super excited about anything, and what can we do to change this? So that is for you, Aries. One thing that I did want to try out, I made my own cards because I haven't seen anything out there. And these are for, let's see, I guess owl cards. You can kind of see them. But this is a little bit more on the same vibe of the sexual tarot, except these are ones that I made. And they're, they're a little bit more direct than the sexual magic. So let's get some messages for Aries. If you're an Aries man, what is going to help you as far as having a great sex life in the month of February? What is it that you need to initiate or you would like to see that would kind of get your engine revved up, Aries? And a warning, these are a little bit louder than what you're accustomed to. And Aries, what is going to help Aries feel extremely passionate in the bedroom, fulfilled and excited? Aries for the month of February, what needs to be incorporated? And for this one, I have the card of rough sex. So enough with the details. You guys can fill in the blanks there, but I think that if you incorporate that into your relationship, or if you're dating, whatever the case may be, things might be a little bit more vibrant than usual for you. Of course, you need to talk to your partner. That goes without saying. And as we all know, this is a general read. So what about Aries women? Aries women, what can you incorporate into your sex life? Partnered or unpartnered, entirely up to you. And I got a jump card. Of course. Okay. So on this one, I have massage, candles, chastity belt for male or female. If you don't know what a chastity belt is, a modern one, go online and fill yourself in with the details of that, where you can purchase one, but maybe that might add a little bit of spice for the month of February, a little being possessed, by your partner or by somebody that you're dating. That might be something that you are into, or even they have male chastity belts as well. So who knew? All right, Aries. Moving along, I'm going to go with Leo. Leo, fire sign for the month of February. For the Leo, what is it that's going to ignite that passion, that excitement, get that person out of that rut that we all get into? For Leos, I'm a Leo, by the way. I'm sure you all wanted to know this. So Leo, what is going to help you get out of that rut, get excited for life, get your creative juices going? Leo, what's going to be the catalyst to help you grow and get excited about life? Well, so you can see that is a Ten of Swords. Not the most pleasant picture. Look at all the swords piercing through the head, the mouth, everywhere. And this is just ideas being stabbed in the head, through the face, everywhere. Now, I do want you guys to know a little bit about contracts. Now, these little, 3 contracts right here. that are falling and appear to be correlated with the swords, with all this mental anguish and agony and betrayal. So it could be that you have like 3 contracts that are not going to go so well for you. And that's going to launch you into a place of freedom. That's going to separate you from where you've been before and create space to where now you can really focus on what's important. And it could be anything from like an apartment complex contract. It could be a contract that, you know, we all have contracts with other people in our lives. So it could be a partner, a friendship. It could be a cooperation contract or lack of, depending on what resonates with you. This is a general read. It's not going to, of course, be for everybody. But cooperation or the lack of is also in there. And so when you have a contract, it's usually going to be within at least one other person or more. Now, if you notice in this card, this one, there's a lot of like manual labor going on here, and they're kind of like waiting their turn so they can put, you know, whatever it is in place. And so you can have a breakdown of that cooperation, or it could be a movement of cooperation where all parties agree to break that contract. Maybe you break your lease, maybe your contract with your work ends, or your subcontract and you decide, you know what, I got to go somewhere else and find something new. Marriages, dating, anything like that can be considered a contract. So let me get some clarification. How is this going to help? How's this going to help the Leo get excited about life? And I got the Jump card, and this is an Ace of Cups. So this is everything that you ever wanted, all of your emotions. This is mind, body, spirit, and soul just overpouring and overflowing because you're so excited that you have this one thing. Everything else can kind of, you know, go to hell basically, but you have this one thing that's just incredibly beautiful. So that is how. So let us look at the Owl cards for Leo. Leo, for the month of February, what can you add to your life, to your sex life? Whether partnered or unpartnered, dating or not dating, that's entirely up to you. For the Leo male, what is going to be the thing that is going to kickstart them, get their juices flowing, get them excited above all else? Leo male for February. Okay. So on this one, it's going to be masks, wigs, and disguises. So maybe if you're into a relationship, you do a little bit of role playing. You have your wife, significant other, girlfriend, whomever, you know, play a different part than what they usually do. If they're like Miss Perfection, dressed from head to toe, you know, you put them in, I don't know, basketball gear, trench coat, whatever, cheerleading outfits, whatever the case may be. Something a little bit different. And for yourself, you can obviously dress to look differently as well and play a completely different part. And that might serve to spice things up for you in the month of February. So let's look at the Leo female. So for Leo female, what would serve to get their juices flowing, to get excited in their romantic sexual lives? Leo females, what can they implement? What can they implement for the month of February that would be different and alluring and enticing to them? Okay. So on this one, it's hard bondage, vinyl, PVC, posture color, and spread bars. So if you don't know what any of those are, repeat them real quick. Hard bondage, vinyl, PVC, posture colors, and spread bars. So any one of those, combination thereof, you might want to think about implementing this into your love life, sex life, whether you're dating, married, exploring, or whatever your case may be, that might be a thing for you guys. Well, for you ladies. And of course, you'll need to talk to your partner. It goes without saying. Moving on. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, what is going to be the catalyst that's going to send you into a place of growth and excitement for February? What is going to help the Sag to grow and be excited about in February? What is the catalyst? What is that thing that they could be excited for and about? So for some of the Sagittarius, it's going to be the Empress reverse. And so typically in the upright, that means, you're taking care of your home, your hearth, you're being creative, you're dedicated. And this might be just a need to just let it all go to heck for a couple of days or whatnot and try something totally different. Maybe if you're super controlled and A-type and you have everything lined up, have somebody else take control. And that might be the catalyst to helping you, enjoy life a little bit more. Pulling a card on the explanation of that, or to elaborate, I have the Chariot reversed. And so that's 2 reversals so far. And what that tells me is that this is a time for you in your positive and negative polarities to come together, for you to really kind of consider and think about how those differences can be combined. Because if you see here, we have 2 horses, and really we want the horses going in the same direction, not in separate directions. And so if you have something within yourself that is not integrated, then maybe you need to stop everything that you're doing, all of your enterprises, and just take a little bit of time to unify, those positive and negative polarities that we all have, the pros and cons, integrate them, because nothing is all good, nothing is all bad, and see what you come up with. Because when you have both horses in line going in the same direction, you can then proceed. But it appears to me now that for Sagittarius, they're going in 2 opposite directions. And so what's going to be the catalyst is just stopping and saying, okay, what's going on here? Am I being too idealistic? And how do I pull all those resources together so that I'm headed in one direction, and not having the good horse and the bad horse splitting and flipping my chariot over? But that is a confirmation that once you integrate those 2, for whoever this message is for, that is a Sagittarius, it is going to help you launch you into the King of Wands role. And that's somebody who is extremely fiery, well-driven, motivated, mover and shaker, gets excited about his own ideas, her own ideas, that kind of a thing. And so that's going to be incredibly beautiful. It just seems like a time to gather stuff and then launch out again one more time. So let us look at Sagittarius. What is going to get the Sag man excited that he can implement for the month of February? What will help the Sagittarius man be excited, get his juices flowing, feel different, invigorated, whatever the case he needs for the month of February? What's going to be that excitement that he can implement? All right. So for the Sag man, it's going to be honey, ice cubes, whipped cream, and saran wraps. Any one of those, all of those, a combination thereof, it doesn't make a difference. Again, honey, ice cubes, whipped cream, and saran wrap. So any of these things you might want to consider if you're partnered, unpartnered, if you're dating, talk it over with whomever you're with or you're going to be with. But even if you add just a couple of those, I think you're going to be very happy. So there you have it. Sagittarius woman. What can we implement? What can you implement to make your sex life Already got a jump card. Okay. Kick it into high gear. What's going to make your juices flowing and be that excitement? And the jump card was daddy and baby girl or baby boy play. So if you have more of the feminine energy, or if you're a female Sag, then it's going to be, whoever you're partnered with, the daddy and the baby girl, baby boy play role play, however you want to say that. So maybe you want to be the little girl, and it'd be cute for you to dress up in like pigtails and, basketball socks or whatever the case may be. And you can be the little girl. Just ideas for you guys. If you don't know anything about that, go online. There's plenty of ideas for you. I'm not going to get any more specific than that. Moving on. We go ahead and do Cancer. So Cancer, for the month of February, what is going to help launch you into space of growth and excitement for your life in general? Okay. This one's interesting. So I have here the Eight of Pentacles, but it landed sideways. And for me, however the card lands has a special meaning. So it could be like, I'm going to study about this. I'm not. I'm going to study about this. I'm not. And that's kind of like you're waffling in between. Something to get excited about or not. So that's kind of interesting. It's like maybe, taking a little bit of time to study and then stopping. I'm not sure how that exactly works. Interesting concept. I also got the Four Swords, so there's a need to take a little bit of time to meditate, to, really think things through, contemplate. This also landed on its side, and so it's going to be on and off again. That would make sense. Okay, so here you're studying, and then you're not because you're resting. And then you're not resting because you're studying, and so on and so forth. So those two energies do quite go well together. And what you're studying about, it looks like there has been an ending for you as well, because I also got the Ten of Swords. And that is like, the broken contract and the betrayal, or something about the contract that you just felt totally laid flat about. So it could be, studying and thinking about how that happened, what transpired, and how to grow from it, and getting in a meditative state maybe, and really learning how to avoid those in the future, or really what transpired to really cause all this. And the final outcome of the mini read for Cancer, I'm showing that once you go through all these things that, we need to go through anyways, you're going to actually feel like you are successful, like you're being cheered on by other people. Not that that's what it's about, but sometimes when we're just exhausted and we have like challenges like that, you're going to feel like invincible. You're like, yay, I kind of won the race or whatever the case may be. So that's pretty cool, actually. So that's what I have for Cancer. And for Cancer Man, what can we add to your sex life? What can you add to your sex life in February? Cancer Man and his sex life for February. What's going to make his juices flowing? He's going to get excited about? What's going to make things even better than they already are, whether he's partnered or not? Cancer Man for February. Okay. So on here I have pony play, puppy dog play, and horse trainer. So if you don't know anything about these things, It could be, wearing a bit, and I think it's called a bridle bridle. I'm not sure how you pronounce it for the horse, or a puppy tail and the collar and the leash and the whole 9 yards. The same thing with the pony. They sell the hooves and whatever, but you can go online and kind of look at it, and you can, do one or two and just see if your partner wants to be your trainer, or I don't know. Lots of ideas. You can look it up online and see if that resonates. If it does not, throw it out, please. Moving on. Cancer woman, what is going to help her with her libido? Feel just more excitement, something new, something different, even something old, something that hasn't been explored in a while. Whether she is partnered, unpartnered, doesn't make a difference. Well, it says me. Cancer female, what can she implement? I also have for the Cancer female, daddy and baby girl play, or baby boy play, whatever you'd like to do. So again, just think of dressing and whatever age play you would consider trying out, with the pigtails and maybe a sucker. And anyways, look online. That's about all I can say. Moving on. We've got Scorpio. Scorpio. For the month of February, what is going to help Scorpios get excited about life? What is going to help Scorpio get excited? The card I have is the King of Cups. And so this could be male, female. I love the colors on this. But basically, it denotes somebody who is very well in tune with their emotions, somebody who's on the older scale of things, somebody who's had wisdom. And I love the crab right here, which kind of tells me he's just like an emotional creature. He's very much in tune with his watery self, except he's had time to go through, the page and the knight and all of that, all the stages to make it to King of Cups. And so he has his emotions pretty much mastered, I would say, for the most part, but he's still very much watery on the inside. So he's not going to be somebody, unless he's upside down, who's like gushing. So this could be your partner. This could be your husband. This could be a boss. This could be a creative mentor. It'd be somebody in your life who kind of gets you excited, and maybe they start sharing something about themselves. And when we elaborate on that, I have the Sun reverse, which to me stands immediately for a kid. And I see the reversal. So maybe you are talking about your childhood, or he's talking about his childhood with you, and something that was not the best. Something that was painful to him, something that makes him go back into that watery nature of his. And if you can see, he's got all that emotion, but he's holding it in check. So potentially, maybe you're going to be discussing your childhood with this person as well, once he opens up maybe and starts telling you about his childhood and how things went. And that's going to help you kind of launch you, maybe just to be more open. Maybe it's the right person that gets you excited about, wow, I didn't realize this was weighing so heavily on me, or I didn't even know I can talk to you about it, or whatever the case may be. The interesting part is, for clarifying, the next card is the Emperor reverse. Let's see if we can get a good shot of this. So the Emperor is traditionally maybe like a father figure. The Emperor is a boss. He runs empires. He's in control. He's stoic. He knows where the 4 pillars of that house goes. He laid the foundation. He laid the walls. He planned every minute detail, and he expects everything to go just so. But as strict as he is when he's upside down, which that's how he's coming across right now, that denotes somebody who is like, it's my way or the highway, in a rude way. It's not like I have set rules. It's I have set rules, damn it, or get the hell out. So it could be that you were dealing with a father figure and you are opening up to this person. It could be male, female. The King of Cups could be even maybe more of a male energy that you're opening up to, or that this person's opening up to you about how that father figure really damaged you in a lot of ways. And it's going back to your childhood. And maybe that freedom that you're going to experience is the excitement of being liberated from having all those secrets buried within you, or unspoken, or having things in your mind, like feeling like you have even a tribe that you can talk to about that you never even knew. Wow, so-and-so had the same thing happen to them, or they can relate, or now I have someone that I can be open with because I have a problem being a father figure, or I never wanted to be a parent, or whatever the case may be. But somehow this is going to catapult you into a place of like freedom and joy and excitement and like a new vibration. So that's excellent, because where you are coming from is a 5 of Swords. And this is feeling incredibly like rendered helpless and hopeless. I mean, look at here. He's just literally spread eagled and unable to move. Basically destitute through his ideas or her ideas. So this is good. Just getting that garbage out is going to serve to liberate and cause new excitement, new juju for you. Anyways, so let us look at the Scorpio man for the month of February. What can a Scorpio man incorporate that's going to serve to excite him in his sex life, in his love life, partnered or unpartnered, however that resounds with you? Scorpio in the month of February. What can he add in his sex life? So for the Scorpio, not surprised, we got again the hard bondage, vinyl, PVC, posture collar, spreader bars. And so it would be entirely up to you, Scorpio male, if you wanted those things used on you, if you wanted to use this on your partner, or a combination thereof. If you wanted to pick one item out of this, again, hard bondage, vinyl, PVC, posture collar, spreader bars. So however you decide to incorporate that, maybe that would be something that you can talk to your partner about and try out or do again, whatever the case may be. Scorpio females. What can Scorpio ladies add in the month of February to get their juices flowing, to get them excited, even more so about their sex life, to get them to reach their best orgasms? Scorpio women, what would be the best thing at this time for them? Okay, Scorpio women, I have the card of rough sex. So that's whatever it means to you. It can mean, some hair pulling, ripping clothes off, cutting clothes off, light bondage, spanking, whatever. Look it up, decide for yourself, talk to your partner, maybe give them a writing prop with instructions if you've never done it before, for the heck of it. I don't know. Many ideas for you guys. Scorpio. Moving along. Pisces. For the month of February. Pisces. Okay. What's going to help you? I didn't even get to finish my question. What's going to help you is to go within. What's going to help catapult you into a better place of excitement, of joy, of being centered and yet free is going within yourself. So Pisces, if it's been a while since you've meditated, contemplated, just sat with yourself, now's the time to just sit there and think about maybe, because I see a 4 here, think about your foundation, maybe about where you came from, because typically the hermit is someone who sets himself or herself aside to really contemplate, think about things, and they don't have contact with other people, and they're in it just to really glean and gain wisdom, be in touch with spirit, with God, and to really perfect and help bloom as a person, basically. So maybe you need to set aside some time where maybe you're not out socializing or spending time with family or whatever. Go deep within, light some candles, let that tub run, put some suds in it if that's your thing, and light some candles, turn out all the lights, and just take some time to meditate. Meditate in the tub, wherever. However that works. And Pisces, the clarifying thing I have for you is this Prince of Cups. Now, maybe it means you need to meditate on your foundation. You need to contemplate and meditate on a son or a daughter, a child who's still in their young years, still under your roof. And I'm going to say this child is like deeply emotional within, but they don't show it on the outside necessarily. This could also mean, if it's not a child, a message that you have received. And it could be a message kind of like, I'm really upset with you, or I really like you. Why won't you meet me, or anything like that. Now, the curious thing about this Prince of Cups, because it's a message of love, or, his face doesn't look very loving, but I do see the snake here and the wand, and it's like he has a desire to manifest. So it could be like a sexual partner or someone who wants to have sex with you, sending you messages. Pisces, somebody who's a lot younger than you that you consider, well, gosh, she could be my son or daughter, whatever the case may be. Any of these scenarios can apply. Let's get a clarifier for the Prince of Cups. Why is the Prince of Cups here for Pisces? This could be, once again, going back to childhood, a message from someone that you knew way back in the day, from your childhood, or from times that were not so happy, that were not so shiny, times when maybe you had to pretend that everything was okay. And so going within, this whole thing could force you into a meditative state, so you can kind of get centered and grounded and find your number 4, find your stepping ground, your, I want to say solidarity, but I don't think that's it. Find your footing, basically. And in that, that's going to help launch you into a better place overall. So that is good. It's also going to free you from this, because it came reversed, the 5 of Swords again. And so that's getting free from things that have rendered you hopeless. Sometimes if we think that we're crappy mom, crappy dad, whatever the case may be, that could be an issue. So pick whatever applies to you, as this is a general reading, and it's meant for all the Pisces people out there. Impossible to really nail down one specific message for just one person. So, Pisces. For Pisces male, what is going to be that one thing that's going to help them in February? Get their juices flowing, get excited about their sex life, change things in the bedroom. Pisces, what can they implement or revisit in February? Partnered, unpartnered. And I got the jump card. So for Pisces, this is interesting, I find, because you guys are really, being a water sign, very intense, very emotional as well. And I have deep eye contact and slow sex. So take that however you need to take that. But I think you need that emotional connection. So that deep, like one-on-one, I see you, you see me. And yeah, I don't think I need to explain that. Next, Pisces female. What can the Pisces female implement into her sex life in order to feel more fulfilled, get the juices flowing in the bedroom, more excited, have more orgasms? For Pisces female in the bedroom, what can she implement? Okay, I actually have two. Okay, so I'm going to give you two choices because that's what I have right now. For a Pisces female, as far as your sex life, if you'd like to try to implement, some of you might want to try the daddy and baby girl or baby boy play. So whatever works for you. And I covered that. So if you didn't see that, go ahead and look it up on Google. Again, so daddy and baby girl or baby boy play. The next one is forbidden sex. So you might want to try implementing like the brother-sister scenario, the cousin-aunt. The best friend can probably cause some trouble there in the marriage or relationship, whatever, but just different ideas for you. Whatever you think of forbidden sex might be. It could be, forbidden sex with your teacher, your gym coach, or your boss, whatever. Pick whatever is interesting, and if you're in it to win it, give it a try. Might spice things up for you. Moving on. Taurus, February. And I got a jump card already. And that is a judgment. So Taurus, it looks for you that in February you'll be making a judgment that's going to help you. Judgment, interesting, okay. And this can be something that if you look at it, it's a judgment that actually unchains you, unshackles you, makes things rise from the dead. It's a judgment that people want to run away from, but you're going to see clearly to be able to unlock those and just be free and experience that. And maybe even like call people to the mat and say, hey, this is what transpired. This is what's going on. We need to talk about it. It's something that has not been spoken of. Maybe you made a secret judgment in your heart, but it wasn't brought forth. Whatever the case may be, judgment is at the very center of it. And I feel like you're going to be very pleased, but people are going to be kind of running and dodging the bullet here. And that's, you could see the trumpets calling and people. I have another image of someone swimming in concrete that reminds me of that. But anyways, it could be judgment about anything. As a clarifier, what I have is the Four of Pentacles. And this can be somebody who is withholding information, withholding their feelings, withholding money. But I see this guy in a white coat. So for some of you, it can mean maybe somebody is withholding medical information from you, or you're withholding medical information from them that needs to be shared. And Or maybe you got some medical information that you need to get a second opinion on. And then you form a judgment, which is going to unshackle you and help you feel free. Like, I made a decision. This is what I want to do. Something to that effect. So something about, making a judgment call, making a decision about this Four of Pentacles, it could be, somebody's medical status and their health. So I feel like as a clarifier, I have the Hermit reversed. And that tells me that, you're done thinking about it. You're done contemplating. This is for some of you, not all of you, obviously. But you're done with going within, contemplating. Maybe it looks to me like even suffering by yourself with this knowledge of whatever it is that's going on. Hopefully it's not too bad. Maybe it's a case of infertility. Maybe it's a case of somebody is sick with cancer or STD. I don't know what the case may be, but whatever it is, it looks to me like you're not going to be like holding it within your mind anymore. As a clarifier, I don't know why I want to say like clarifying agent. I have the Princess of Swords. And if you look, I mean, she's going to cut through all the crap. She is not messing around anymore. Her eyes are sharp as an eagle, which we see here. And she's going to use all her mental faculties to cut through any of the BS. So if somebody's been holding back from you, or if you're seeking the nitty gritty, male or female, of whatever the scenario is, you're going to cut through it and form that judgment, form that opinion. Maybe somebody gave you an STD. You're making a judgment like, hey, I'm married. I'm not seeing anybody else. I have an STD. What's going on here? You're going to cut through all the bullshit. And you're going to get through the core of it and make a decision, make a judgment. Same thing with a medical issue, for yourself or someone else. So any of the scenarios can apply. And so I just asked, what is the best thing that you can hope for? And I have the Nine of Swords reversed. And what that talks about is not worrying anymore. It's almost like you form a decision, like this person gave me an STD, this person cheated, this person cannot have kids, whatever the case may be. And all of a sudden you're able to let it go because you're not stuffing that emotion anymore. You're not holding it to yourself. You formed a judgment and you're moving on. However that looks in your life, you're going to move on. So let us look and see what Taurus has for the month of February. So Taurus' sex life for the month of February. What can the Taurus male implement in his sex life? Partnered or unpartnered, entirely up to you. Taurus male and his sex life. What is going to make the juices start flowing? Get him beyond excited for the month of February. Taurus male. So I see here mommy and baby boy play, or baby girl. So however that fits with you, the Taurus male might want to consider in the month of February initiating some parent-child role play. Maybe he wants to be the baby boy and he wants to, be as young as a toddler and wear a diaper. I don't know. Sorry, I went too far. But, he could be a teenager and he could need to sit on mommy's lap or daddy's lap, whatever the case may be. So you know what to do in that scenario if that's your thing, if you're interested in that. If you don't know what that means, look it up on Google before I get myself in trouble. So moving on. Taurus female. What can the Taurus female implement in her sex life? Partnered or unpartnered, entirely up to you. Taurus female for her sex life for the month of February. That would make the juices flowing. and help her have even more orgasms, whatever the case may be. If the shoe fits, wear it. If it doesn't, throw it out. Taurus female. So for Taurus female, for the month of February, you might want to consider performance sex. So that could be like posture colors, leashes, and electrical tape outfits, sex clubs, private parties, anything like that. So again, posture colors, leashes, and electrical tape outfits, sex clubs, private parties, whatever that means to you. You can look it up if you don't know about it and learn a little bit more about it. I cannot elaborate because I don't want to get myself in trouble any more than I probably am already. Moving on to Virgo. Virgo, for the month of February. What do the cards have to say for Virgo for the month of February? That's going to help snap them into a better frame of mind, just feel more zest for life, more excitement for their day. Virgo in the month of February. Virgo, I see the Seven of Swords. So this could be being stealthy about something, being kind of quiet, sneaky. I don't know why I get this, but she looks like she's wearing a trench coat, maybe like kind of flashing something or exposing part of her or himself that he has not exposed before. It does not have to be physical. We don't need anybody getting arrested, people. I did not say go flash anybody. Just FYI. So it could be, like exposing something that has been hidden to a single person or a crowd. It could be going off on your own and doing your own thing. When I elaborate, I see that you are going to be banging your head up against concrete about this. That's a tower reversed, and this is a king and queen falling out of the tower and having laser eye on the tower. It's a poor foundation. Well, this is you going, what the heck? So I'm going to go off about this. Do I go off by myself or do I not? Maybe you're leaving a partner. Maybe you're sneaking off to meet somebody else, which I don't recommend. I don't believe in infidelity. Anyways, neither here nor there, unless you have an open marriage, open relationship, whatever. So those scenarios can come into play. The Princess of Cups is going to elaborate on that. And what that has to say is basically just exposing, like communicating emotion, like, I really love you. I really care about you. I'd love to see you. You're really sexy to me. This almost looks like what they call a clandestine meeting or situation here because of the full moon. So Virgo, I don't know what you're up to and if this is going to get your juice. Maybe you're meeting like a young boss at your work area, at your workplace or something like that. I don't know what the case may be. And maybe you have to sneak off because you work together and you're not supposed to be dating somebody who you work with. I don't know. But it kind of looks like that to me. And clarifying that for Virgo, I do have the Two of Wands, which talks a lot about having two incredible offers here on the table. Two things that you can choose from. Two things that are like equally appealing. Could be two partners, two different males, two different females, one male, one female, whatever the case, two jobs. Or it could be like you have your lover in town and then you have this excellent job available. Two equally important things. Typically, they do have to do with work, though. So whatever is going to, you're going to have like options. So however this plays out, it opens up options for you that you get excited about because you decide to take a chance on stealth mode. So I'm not really sure how that goes. It sounds seedy to me, but who am I to judge, right? Virgo. Virgo. What can Virgo male add to his sex life? That's going to be super exciting, invigorating, something different that he hasn't done in a while, or he just thought about doing or never thought at all. Whether he's partnered or unpartnered, male Virgo, what can he add to add some excitement in the month of February? So for the Virgo male, slave and master play. So I don't know if you want to be the slave or the master. Some, I'm sure, want to be slaves. Some want to be the master. And tasks like wearing your partner's underwear to work, kneeling with your eyes on the floor, not being able to look up until given permission, any of those things, having to serve your partner or date or whatever, in whatever capacity you guys agree upon. Slave and master play looks like it's for you. Or maybe you just want to become your partner's slave. And, Valentine's Day is coming up, so I'll say no more. Virgo female. Virgo women. What can you add to your sex life that's going to help you? Have more orgasms, have more fun, be excited about your sex life, partnered or unpartnered, entirely up to you. However you choose to handle that. Virgo female. I'm getting rough sex. So once again, hair pulling, maybe some biting, breath play, I don't know. Whatever that means to you, and however you choose to discuss that with your partner. Next. Capricorn. Capricorn. For the Capricorns, what is going to be that one thing that launches them into a better space, helps them to have more excitement in their life in the month of February? That's interesting. So I got two reversals. The first one is a Prince of Wands, and this is just basically almost like expecting a message of a fiery nature, just expecting something, and there's like no communication from this person. It could be a person that's younger than you, somebody that you work with, or somebody that you're waiting on a decision from, and it just does not happen. So Capricorn, I feel like that's going to motivate you to kind of stop waiting, because you've been waiting on this message, whatever that is. And this is going to apply for some of you. Once again, this is general read. So if you've been waiting on this message, it is not forthcoming. It's not happening anytime soon. So that's going to cause you to study things out, to look at things maybe in a wistful manner, and contemplate and tweak things until you can figure it out. Okay? So maybe you want to enroll in a class. Maybe you want to study the situation and find out why is it that you pinned your hopes on that person contacting you in order for you to move on. Maybe during your studying, analyzing, contemplating, perfecting, you realize that you had the Ace of Swords reversed with this person, and they are not your intellectual, I don't want to say superior. They're intellectually, they're not on board with you. You guys don't think the same. You don't have the same ideologies, and therefore you don't have the same motivation, the same drive. Probably very little in common once the initial whatever burns off. Yeah, this is the Capricorn card, but it can also be the card of enslavement. You see here, he's enslaved and she's enslaved. So it could be something that you were enslaved by this person, this younger person than you, and you kept waiting for that message and it just never came or hasn't come thus far. So the freedom for you, the excitement for you is to be liberated by that and celebrating that liberation. I'm free from it. I'm not waiting anymore. We could say that we're not waiting for things, but in your spirit, you could totally be waiting for all of it and not say that. So you're not waiting anymore and just celebrating, cheers to that. And then it looks like you find the right person. The I see you see me. I breathe you in, you breathe me in. We're of the same mind, same heart, same spirit. So once you let that go, you find what you always wanted, I think. Capricorn, sex life. For the Capricorn male, what can you implement? Capricorn man, what can you implement in the month of February to improve your sex life, to have more excitement, something different, something you haven't done in a while, whatever the case may be. Capricorn male. So massage, candles, chastity belts for male or female. So maybe you want to put the chastity belt on a female, your partner, or a date or whatever. Or you would like to wear one yourself. And the massage candles, those are the ones that, you burn the candle and then you can use it as a lotion. So whatever, you guys can look that up yourselves. Just ideas for you. Moving on. Capricorn female. What can you do to enrich your sex life? To light a fire, to get the juices flowing, to spark more orgasms, anything of that nature in the bedroom or anywhere else, I suppose. In the month of February, what would that look like for Capricorn? Getting this quite a bit. And that would be the daddy and baby boy role play. So however, if you're a female and you want to play the daddy and you want to be the baby girl, or vice versa, and you even want to switch genders, whatever works for you. That is Capricorn. Gemini. What does Gemini need to know for the month of February that's going to help them launch into a better place, a place of growth, a place of joy, a place of excitement in the month of February? What is going to launch them to that place? So it is a Two of Pentacles reversed, and that's typically juggling two people, two situations that you haven't really been able to let go of before, but you decide to let go of it. It could be like you're dating two different people, you have two different partners, you finally decide on one that you're no longer just juggling. So you're moving on from that situation. And this is going to help you, Gemini, to get out of this rut that you're in. With that, I actually have to end Gemini. I have to end this reading. Gemini male. What is the best for the Gemini male sexually to implement in the month of February? Gemini male in the month of February. Toys for the boys. Toys for the boys or girls, or even a combination of. You already know what that means. I don't need to elaborate. Gemini female. Gemini girls. Gemini girls. To add to your sex life. Romantic sex. So you ladies know about the candles, about being fed in bed, about getting a foot massage, whatever the case may be, having somebody run your back, rub your back, romantic sex, sweet nothings in your ear, all of that. I have 2 more. So even though I need to pick up my roommate, I want to finish. Libra. What is going to help Libra catapult into a space of joy, of happiness for the month of February? Libra, for the month of February, what's going to launch you? Oh boy. Not ending a situation, not giving up, hanging on to something that probably needs to end. Or maybe something that you thought was going to end, or something that was going to end that just didn't. So you're hanging on to this. And I see that your passion for this all of a sudden ignites all over again. A lot of messages, a lot of emailing back and forth, a lot of online communication, text messages about love, about excitement. I think you thought that it was over. Potentially a relationship. It could be a job. It could be really anything. But the Seven of Swords reverse is this person does not want to go about it by themselves. They've been behaving weird. Like they kind of want to do their own thing. They no longer want to do that. And they want a commitment. So it could be, even if you're married right now, even if you're married, your partner could have been acting like this. Like, I'm going to do whatever. You're not going to tell me what I'm going to do. And your love could have been like just waning and going in a way that you thought it was going to end. But all of a sudden, it doesn't end. Maybe you said, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to live like this. And she shapes up and the juices start flowing. Everything starts getting on the up and up. The commitment starts happening, even though you have that ring on your finger, whatever the case may be. You guys like maybe recommit to each other once again. In the Three of Wands. And you're looking for possibilities for even having a business online, maybe together, maybe separate, but potentially maybe you said, I'm going to leave because our marriage sucks or our relationship sucks. We're not even close. You're not really committed to me. I'm going to leave and get this opportunity because I'm waiting for something and it's not you anymore. And he or she shapes up and that causes this moment. The Ace of Cups. So that is beautiful. That is the I love you. We see eye to eye. We're emotionally attached. We're excited about the same things. Everything. Like just a lot of communication too. So Libra, what does the Libra man, what can he incorporate in order to get his juices flowing, to get excited, to get his libido up and going? What can he try or do again that he hasn't in a while? And for Libra male, I'm getting the mommy and baby boy role or baby girl, however you decide to do that. So you can role play that to your heart's content. Libra female. Libra female. Libra female for a good sex drive, to have more orgasms, to have more fun in the bedroom. Partnered or unpartnered, entirely up to you. Libra female. Massage candles, chastity belts for the male or female. So you might want to try that. Moving on. Aquarius. For Aquarius, what is going to be that thing that launches Aquarius for the month of February into a better place? More fun, more excitement in the month of February to get you out of that rut, to get you motivated and your spark in your eye once again about getting up for your day, Aquarius. The Prince of Swords. This could be a message about something of intellectual purpose. It could be like, oh, something about school, or I have this neat idea, or it could be a sharp word from a young man. So this could spark something. I also see the Justice. So it could be like maybe this kid or this young man brings about maybe something that you want to pursue as far as legal action. Maybe you get a ticket. Maybe your son gets in trouble with the law, or your daughter, if they are a sword energy. And you wind up having to go to court, or you have to weigh the pros and cons, the yin and yang, just to be absolutely the fairest of whatever the scenario is. And then to clarify, it looks to me like you're considering all the options. Do I do this? Do I do that? Do I do this and that? You know, maybe somebody cheated, because I see Lovers back here and then another woman here. So a lot of people in here, a lot of options. It could be that you have a lot of options to resolve this in a just manner, or it can be that if there's a legal case, it can go many different ways, and you're just trying to get clarity from it. And it's caused by, or it involves, this Prince of Swords. So it could be sharp, super sharp. He could be a little bit of an a-hole, but he's not reversed. I tend to not think that. Interesting. Yeah, it's something that has caused you guys quite a bit of pain. And of course, this is not for everybody. It's caused a lot of pain. And it could be even over somebody who has passed away already, and about money. If that's the case, let me know. If it's not the case, let me know. I'm kind of curious about that. Aquarius male. What can the Aquarius male add to their sex life in order to feel fulfilled, to feel that excitement, to be riveted in the bedroom or anywhere else they decide to go, partnered or unpartnered? Aquarius male. Aquarius male would like to place slave and master. So again, look up slave and master on Google or anywhere else, and you will get the idea if you don't know already. Aquarius female. What can the Aquarius female add or implement in her love life? Aquarius female. Aquarius female, tease and deny. So tease and deny her and give her a cool down time, then start all over again. Just ideas, guys. Whatever works for you, that is great. Again, my name is Roselle with Psychic MD. I hope you enjoyed this long reading. I'm going to have to timestamp it, but you can reach me for readings. I will put that in the box below. Any other information that you need will be in the box below as well. So have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.